Oh, don't let me stop you, either of you. Don't need to pretend and hide anymore. You can just flaunt your sleazy feelings in public.
Mom, come on, let's just go, all right?
I know, I'm making a spectacle of myself. Take me out of here, War.
I'm sorry.
You mind if I sit down? I think I'm just about as upset about this as you are.
She can't really believe those things she said.
Well, I have a feeling she's convinced that she does. May I?
Photography by Nick Hartley. Miss January. Janice Harris.
Janice, hi.
Oh, hello, Warren. Warren, I just want to get to my room, please, and I won't bother you anymore.
Don't be silly, Mom. I'll say what you tell you. Better, Janice, are you meeting someone?
No, just going to have some lunch. Warren, you'd like to get out of here?
Right, Mom. I'll talk to you later, okay? It's her.
Well, Janice, long time no see.
Oh, hi, Mason.
Mind some company, or are you waiting for someone?
No, it's just me, and I'm having some lunch.
Well, in that case, I happen along in the nick of time. It's not natural for people to eat alone. Upsets the balance of nature, not to mention their digestion.
It's all so terrible. It never should have happened. You said when you left me yesterday you were going to try to set her straight on everything.
I tried.
What did you say to her?
I told her the truth, but she didn't believe me.
I'm sorry for her. She's hurting so.
Well, after what she's put you through today, I wouldn't be too charitable.
Do you think eventually she'll listen to you?
I don't know. She's moved out of the house.
She's done that before.
But this time it's different.
Maybe when she calms down, she'll listen to you.
I don't know. I do hope that your homecoming has been a little happier than mine.
Lionel, the family has accepted me back. Everyone except Cece, of course, and it's where I belong, and it's where I want to stay. We're not right for each other.
Despite the fire?
In spite of everything.
Well, you have robbed me of my belief in the romantic ending to natural disaster. What's left?
With your spirit, you're going to find another natural disaster to bring out the best in you.
When?
Now, I'd better go. I want to get out of here. I'd feel a lot better leaving if you tell me that you agree with me.
About what?
About that we can't be together. We can't see each other. Why we can't take the chance of falling in love again.
You want me to promise you that?
Yeah, I do. It's going to be a lot better for both of us, and it's going to be the only way that you and Augusta are going to be together again.
Would you allow me to do you the favor of driving you home? How about that? Huh?
No.
No?
No. Not even that. I'm going to call a cab. Hiya. Are you alone?
Yeah, right now I'm probably more alone than I've ever been in my life.
It's perfect. It couldn't be better.
What does he see that I don't? He has the eyes of a visionary.
And the nose of a businessman. It's perfect. Sam, this is where we're going to put the casino, right here. Now, how many miles are we offshore exactly?
12.6 nautical miles.
Just outside the legal limit, which means we can do whatever we want.
Except hunt deer.
Point.
I know where there's a boat to be had.
Yeah, it's an old yacht. Used to belong to Hearst Mansion. It'd be great for shuttling traffic from here right back to the coast. First class.
If you can do that, Pearl, now Sam and I will think about giving you the transportation franchise.
I might pick you up on that. Yeah. I could use a little side business.
Great, Sam, this is perfect. And this is just what I've been looking for. Now, I can pay Nick back, and once that's taken care of, I am out of this town.
There's only one problem as far as I can see.
What?
We're broke, Hartley. I mean, what else? Hey, man, it is going to cost money not only to lease this oil rig, but also to furnish it. I mean, it's hard enough to equip a casino. I mean, we're going to need some major buccolas here.
How much do you think?
200, 300 at least.
Yeah, at least, maybe more.
Fellas, have a gander over here. This here is a Capwell rig.
Is there anything in this town they don't own?
Looks like that's your first order of business, boys.
There should be no problem. You can always talk to Kelly.
No, I am not going to ask my brother's girlfriend for any favors. No, we'll just have to find a rig that does not belong to the Capwells.
Hartley, how many abandoned oil rigs do you think are out here?
Well, we're going to have to find one that does not belong to her family. I'm not going to have my brother thinking that I'm using his connections. We can't. We'll just have to forget the whole idea.
You are passing up a real good opportunity here, pal.
Yeah, too good to pass up. Phil, I don't know what's eating you, man, but I know we can pull this thing off. And I'm not always crazy about your ideas either. You know that. But I got a great feeling about this one. Now, come on, man. Asking to rent isn't using anybody. I mean, besides, who'd rent this ugly old dump? Come on.
Well...
You just drink this, it'll probably make you feel a little better.
What is it?
Just water.
Oh, water. What good is that going to do? I need hemlock.
No, just calm down, please.
I know you want to see Janice. Look, I don't care. It's really, I understand. Go ahead.
Well, I'm not anxious to go anywhere. I'm just anxious to have you calm down.
Lauren, you made such a mistake trying to get Lionel and I together. I wish you had just stayed out of it.
Well, how can I stay out of it? You guys are my parents. I hate it when you have fights like this, when you start talking about a permanent split.
Warren, you are old enough not to be traumatized by a divorce.
Oh, and you guys have been married too long to even think about it, Mom. You and Dad need to sit down and talk about it and iron it out.
Talking is over. The shouting is over. The arguing is over. Everything's over. You're going to have to learn to live with it like we will.
Oh, Mom. Well, when you guys got back from Europe, you were just like a newlywed couple again.
Yes, I know. It was a wonderful European vacation. I thought I got a new lease on married life. Well, I should have known it was too good to be true.
Yeah, well, why did you set up Brick the way you did? That was a big mistake.
It is way beyond Brick. 100 times more, 100,000 things more than that. It was all to do with Sophia. Warren, you were there. You walked in on them. Tell me, what was going on?
What do you mean, Mom?
You know what I'm talking about. Warren, please. Physically.
Mom, Mom, his head was on her shoulder, okay? He was trying to comfort her. He thought they were going to die, okay?
They should have. It's the least they could have done.
You don't mean that, Mom.
No, you're right. I don't care. I really don't. Because, I really don't care anymore. I have a life of my own, and I'm going to live it. Julia's right. I just have to start over. And that's what I'm going to do.
Whatever you have to say, please say it in a low voice. I think I've been the center of attention here enough today.
How can you let her walk out of your life like that, Lionel?
She hasn't exactly given me a choice, Julia. And aside from that, really ugly business with Rick. It's her constant paranoia about Sophia, you know?
So what? What's new about that? There's nothing new about that. He's managed to get her back before. Why not now?
Sure, I have managed to get her back. I have fought for her to come back. You don't have to keep fighting the same battles day after day after day.
Well, I know you can't let go of 26 years of marriage just like that.
I'm not letting go, Julia. I'm being pushed. But she doesn't trust me now. There can't be any marriage, can there?
Listen to me, so you can win her trust back if you really want to.
You know something? Julia, I really appreciate you trying to do this. But right now, it's just too late. The ship has sailed, and it's sunk.
No,
Excuse me. I just leave it alone, will you, Julia? And leave me alone.
That's, you on the cover of USA Centerfold.
Yep, it's me.
You don't seem very happy about it.
I think maybe I made a mistake.
I don't think you should, right? You know what they say, if you've got it.
Could we drop it, please?
Sure. Would you excuse me for a minute, Janice? I have to talk to someone.
Sure, go ahead.
Sophia, may I talk to you?
Jason. Hello, well, no, I don't have long. I've called a cab.
Where are you going?
I'm going home. We can talk there later.
Are you, going to stay there? I mean, before the fire, you were going to move out for good.
Yes, I am.
Why?
Why?
No, Sophia, you know that if Dad recovers, it's going to be over between you two. So what's the point?
Well, maybe it won't be over between us.
Oh, I don't know. I think you're hanging on to a very slender thread. I think you should go back to Lionel. In fact, I think you should have stayed with Lionel from the beginning.
I don't think we should have this talk, Mason.
Well, some things need to be said, Sophia. You know, for those of us that are keeping score, you've managed to rack up quite a high one. You've broken up Augusta and Lionel. Came between Dad and my mother years ago. You realize, if it hadn't been for you, that Pamela would still be married to Dad? I might be an only child. Think what a difference that would have made in my life.
You are unbelievably self-centered and cruel.
Maybe if I'd had a normal upbringing, that wouldn't be true. Maybe if you'd stayed out of our lives, we might all be different. Dad wouldn't be lying in that bed where you put him with your deceits.
How is she?
She's still very upset. You know, I was afraid to leave her alone.
Where is she?
In the bathroom. You know, Julia.
Oh.
Julia, I've never seen her like this before. It's like she's totally adrift. She doesn't seem to have anything to anchor herself to now.
Well, she's had a real hard blow, Warren, even though she walked down on him.
I'm just afraid she's going to lose control completely. I mean, you know how Mom gets every time she feels like she's been wrong, she goes out and does something stupid like this thing with a brick. There's just no telling what she's going to do next.
I gotta tell you, this time I think she was wronged. I just came from seeing Lionel. He told me that he wasn't even going to make an effort to meet her halfway.
Oh, he said that?
Yeah, he did. You know, I think this time it's over.
Great.
I think they mean it. What? What are all these funereal voices? Nobody died around here. As a matter of fact, some people are coming back to life. How are you feeling? Fine. I'm fine. I really am.
I think it's suppressed hysteria.
No, I'm not going to suppress anything anymore. You were right. I have to go on with my life. I mean, I'm still young and attractive, and I bet when I step outside the door, I'll just be mobbed.
Well, that's not the way you were talking earlier, Mom.
Well, I've decided I'm not going to be depressed anymore. Julia was right. Now, listen, I think we have to move into an apartment together, something really chic. I mean, Lionel can afford it. You are still going to move in with me, right?
I told you I would.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. I'll probably have to get a job, but I don't resign myself to that. I'll probably like it. As a matter of fact, I am going to prove that I am a very independent, productive, and resourceful woman, that I do not need a husband to lean on anymore. Somebody please break a bottle of champagne over my bow. I'm about to launch a new life. And I am scared to death.
These are terrific.
Whoa. They're beautiful.
Oh, you did a hell of a job here, Nick.
Well, I have to admit that Janice made a small contribution or two of her own. You know?
Well, they're just fantastic. You know, I'd like to call her and congratulate her. Do you know where she is?
No, but I'm scheduled to do a bikini shoot with her tomorrow.
No kidding. Sounds like she's off and running, huh?
Seems to me that she's kind of limping. Dylan, what did you do to her? What did you say?
Janice and I never expected to spend the rest of our lives together. She wanted something that I couldn't give her. I just hope that we're still friends.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I like the two of you together. Have you seen or heard of Kelly being around? I've been trying to get in touch with her all day long.
Not today.
Why? What's up?
Oh, well, you know, all kinds of things.
Oh, you finally did it.
What?
You popped the question.
How did you know that?
Because you've been acting a little crazy today, that's why.
Yes, well, I've asked her this before, you know.
And she said yes?
No, she hasn't said no yet either. She hasn't said anything.
Oh. Nick, I don't know what to say, but congratulations.
Well, it's a little bit premature, but thanks. That's why I want to get a hold of her, so I can back her into a corner and get an answer from her.
Oh, Nick, hey, man, lots of luck.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sam.
Oh, if you should happen to talk to her before we do, make sure that she gives us the jingle, would you?
Why?
Did I just blow it? Oh, man, I'm sorry. Go ahead, tell him. He's going to find out anyway.
Look, we have come across a business adventure that's going to blow your mind.
Uh-oh.
Just wait till I tell you. Now, Sam and I found an abandoned drilling rig off the coast. We are going to turn it into a casino.
Are you crazy? When are you two going to grow up?
Nick, this is a great idea.
Sam, he has conned you. He has conned you like he manages to con everybody else. Where are you going to get the money for a gambling casino?
Investors. Now, listen to this. People have not had gambling in the state of California off the coast since the 30s.
Absolutely. Not only that, have you ever heard of the gambling ship Rex?
Now, Perla's going to sail a boat back and forth to the mainland.
And people are going to just eat this up. I mean, we're going to make it a high-scale place. Food, drink.
Oh, yeah, maybe even black tie on the weekends. Really classy.
Nick, I am sold on it. And when you see this site that we have picked out, man, you are going to love it. Hey.
Yes, well, maybe. I mean, at least to keep the two of you off the streets, keep you in town, and you certainly know something about gambling.
You can say that.
But where are you going to get the money to start it up?
Well, we have to find out whether or not we can get the rig first. Turns out it's owned by the capital.
Oh, yes, now I get the picture and how Kelly comes in. You expect her to just hand it to you on a silver platter?
No, Nick, we don't mean anything like that. We're not asking something for nothing. All we want Kelly to do is to talk to the family about renting it to us. All we want her to do is get our foot in the door.
Dylan, when you get your foot in the door, you start walking all over people. You took my money and you blew it. I don't want you...
No, look, I don't want you bringing up the money, and I'm not going to con Kelly out of anything. You know, forget the idea. Forget it.
You guys just please don't make me yell. Now, Nick, nobody is going to take advantage of Kelly.
The Capwells rent it to you for next to nothing, right?
Right.
Still have to have the startup money.
I will find it.
Look, just don't worry about it. I got it right here. We'll win the lottery.
Win the lottery. You two are completely out of your minds.
You might at least do me the courtesy of talking to her.
I'm not going to talk to you, Mason, because I have nothing to say to you. Wait a minute. No, I do have a question. I saw Sophia slap you. What was it you said that made her so angry?
Everybody gets angry at me, Mary. You know that. I don't have to do anything.
Oh, well, that's how you see it, Mason. Mason, the jury finds Mason, the defendant, not guilty.
You're being very hard on me. But I want to talk to you about those pills of Gina's.
Mason, what do you want from me? I already told you they're not addictive.
Why would Gina confess to being addicted to them then?
Look, I don't know why anybody in that house does anything. But if you're so intimate with Gina, why don't you ask her? And if you think maybe she'll slap you too, then talk to a pharmacist about it. But don't talk to me.
Mary, everything all right? Well, is this the long arm of coincidence or some sort of date?
That is none of your business.
Then it's a date.
Mark, let's find ourselves another table, all right? Somewhere nice.
Right now. Well, look, rather than make a wasted trip out of this, why don't you pitch your idea to Kirk? I mean, he's an exec of Capwell Enterprises. Go ahead.
No, Nick, I think I'd rather talk with Kelly or Eden.
Go ahead. What idea?
Come on, tell him.
I saw an abandoned offshore drilling rig off the coast, and my partner and I would like to lease it, and it belongs to Capwell Enterprises.
What do you want to lease it for?
Well, we would like to turn it into a commercial enterprise, a casino.
Like a gambling casino?
Yeah, that's right. And we would either like to rent it or cut the Capwells in for, say, a certain percentage. Now, I haven't figured out the starting cost yet, but I think it could be a big moneymaker for everybody.
And that's the idea?
Well, in a quick outline, yeah.
Good. Well, then I think I give you a quick answer. I don't think it's for Capwell.
Just like that, no.
I say I don't think it's for us.
You mind telling him why not?
Well, the idea is ridiculous. I mean, you're not a businessman. Unless, of course, this is your presentation. I'm sorry, but look at you. You know, blue jeans, you're unshaven. You could use a little bit of a haircut.
Well, what does it matter how I look, Mr. Cranston? An idea is an idea.
No, it isn't. You see, an idea is nothing unless it's sold. Now, why don't you just go home, have a little look in the mirror, and ask yourself if you would invest in or buy anything from that guy in there?
I'll shave.
Well, don't knock yourself out. From what I understand, you just about got Kelly Capwell killed out of that ghost town. Now, do you really think that the Capwells are going to want to conduct any kind of business with you?
There's a chance, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, forget it. As far as I'm concerned, this is a dead issue, now and forever. And I'll advise Eden the same.
Hey, just take it easy.
There's no taking it easy. I would like to bust him in his face.
Look, learn to take criticism constructively. In a way, the guy's right.
Whose side are you on? I mean, how is he right?
Look, if you want to sell your idea to the Capwells, you've got to clean up your act. People don't like to do business. Entrepreneurs who look like bums.
Me a bum.
Warren, I need to talk to you. Do you have a minute?
Yeah, sure. Come on in.
Thanks.
So what's up?
I know you're going to think this sounds crazy, Warren, but I've been kind of scared. Everywhere I go, I feel like people are staring at me, and it's really creepy.
Oh, Janice, look, you got to expect that. I mean, look, this magazine you posed for has a big following in the public eye.
Well, I know, but I didn't think that it would feel like this.
Well, you're just not used to the limelight yet, but you will be.
Well, maybe I am being a little paranoid. I did something really stupid today.
Oh, yeah, what?
Well, I came back to Santa Barbara to do this bikini layout for a major catalog, and it was supposed to shoot today, right? Well, I just called the guy at the Capwell Hotel and canceled out.
Why did you do that?
Warren, I am so shook up, I just didn't think I could go through with it. Is that crazy or what?
Oh, hey, we all do strange things every now and then.
Well, I don't know what's come over me. I need the money that the layout pays, and I feel awful about quitting. And Nick was all set to take the pictures, and now I lost his job, too.
Well, look, you think it's too late to maybe call him back and tell him you'll do it again?
Well, I don't know. This guy probably thinks I'm such a crazy lady, he wouldn't hire me back anyway.
Well, let me talk to him. What's his name?
Would you?
No, of course I would.
Oh, that's really sweet of you.
Yeah, well, I'm just a sweet guy. Hey, what's the guy's name, huh?
His name is Radford, but I don't know his room number.
Doesn't matter. I don't need it. Listen, you stay right here. I'll call you as soon as I take care of it, okay?
Oh, Warren, thanks a lot. I hope this works.
Yeah, me too.
Like a candle burning bright, love is glowing. you do. Nobody loves me like you do.
Why doesn't he stop looking at me?
Listen, if he's really bothering you, I'll just go ask him to leave.
No, that'll just make things worse.
Mary, he's obviously upsetting you.
Mark, I guess he has as much right to be here as we do.
True. You also have the right not to be hounded like this. Be right back.
Mark, be diplomatic.
Can I do something for you, Doctor?
Yes, you can start by leaving Mary alone.
Am I upsetting her from way over here?
You know what you're doing, Mason. Haven't you upset her enough?
Did she tell you to speak to me?
No. I'm just a bit fed up with it, that's all. She's through with you, Mason. Why don't you just accept that? I don't think you could ever understand the kind of woman she is anyway.
I know her better than you might think. Been through a lot. Leaving the church, sister's trial. I think I understand.
Fine. If you know her so well, then maybe you should know that all she wants from you is to be left alone. Now, is that plain enough English for you, Mason? Or maybe I'll just have to personally see to it that you leave her alone from now on.
Anybody home? Sophia, wait a minute, please.
Don't expect an apology, Mason, because you don't deserve one. You deserve to be slapped.
I didn't know you were in favor of just desserts, Sophia. I really don't know how you can afford to be.
Excuse me, I have things to do upstairs.
Oh, practical matters, I suppose. Up to visit Dad's bedside again? Keep your lonely vigil? I really don't understand your concern.
No, I don't suppose you do.
I do know that if Dad recovers, Gina and I will face a firing squad. So will you. And yet you're with him, afternoon and evening.
The concept of loyalty hasn't grabbed you yet, Mason. But I am certainly not going to be able to teach it to you.
Oh, we're talking about loyalty now, are we? A little late for you to be feeling that, isn't it, Sophia? You know, I somehow can't shake the idea that this is all for effect. Performance to touch and win over your children. When are you going to accept the fact that you aren't one of us anymore?
Why are you still so bitter toward me? Eden, Kelly, Ted, they want to forgive me. Why can't you?
You robbed me of my mother. That isn't an act one easily forgives.
Mason, if you don't want to forgive me, then just don't torture me. Leave me alone.
Not a chance. I need to be very vocal, Sophia. Kind of walking conscience to make up for the one you don't have. No, to escape me, you're going to have to leave this house. Or this city.
Where did you get off, Mason? She has just as much of a right to be here as you do.
Thank you very much.
And what do you know about rights, Cranston? I mean, just because you managed to marry into this family doesn't mean you can run it. Try to remember that Eden's the only one that wanted you in this family.
Fine, well, I don't need to be loved by everyone.
If I were you, I wouldn't even assume that Eden does. But now that you've managed to force your way into our midst, what are your plans? Or are they formulated yet?
All I want to do, Mason, is whatever is best for Eden.
And you think you know what that is? Wait a minute, let me guess. Taking over Capitol Enterprises from her. relieving her of that onerous burden and those exhausting executive decisions.
Mason, if that'll make her happy, yes.
Happy? She's miserable, haven't you noticed? I don't know if you're aware of it or not, Kirk, but Eden thinks being Mrs. Kirk Cranston is some kind of penance. You're the marital equivalent of sackcloth and ashes, so don't tell me about being happy. And, by the way, I'll be watching you. So if you try to muscle in on control of Capwell Enterprises, I'm going to come down on you like a ton of bricks. You want to play house here, fine. Just make good and sure you play by house rules.
Good morning. Color looks better today, doesn't it? Yes. Yes, I think it does. But you mustn't get your hopes up, Mrs. Dunlop. All his other signs are still the same. Well, if you'll excuse me, I'll leave you alone with him for a little while. Thank you very much.
Cece, it's Sophia, darling. Darling, I want you to know that I'm still praying every day for you to get better, for you to get healthy again. And also I've come to realize something. My place, no matter what happens, is right here with you and the children. The only place in the world I want to be.
Oh!
What happened?
When he,
You all right?
when he moved.
What?
He moved. I was holding his hands, and he jerked them away from me. Well, you mustn't be alarmed by that. It's nothing more than a muscle spasm. Well, it's all
Really,
right. I mean, I was just a little frightened.
You two are the perfect pair. Both of you white as sheets. Why not? If Dad were to cover, you two wouldn't stand a chance around here.
Get out of here. For God's sake, please, just get out of here.
Kirk, it wasn't just a spasm. I know we moved.
Said she's not going to let her get it down, and she's going to start a new life. She wants to get a job, and she wants Julia to move in with her, Dan. She sounds pretty serious.
I'm glad she has Julia. She's not good at being alone.
What about you?
I don't know.
You know, Dad, sooner or later she's going to meet somebody. Are you ready for that?
Not a whole lot I can do about it, is there? 26 years. And have it end so suddenly.
Over there anywhere's fine, thanks.
Not traveling with your husband or anyone?
No, just spending some time alone.
Well, I bet that won't be for long. You're too good looking.
Thank you.
Simple truth. Anything else I can do for you? You name it.
You're very attractive.
Yes, ma'am.
Very young.
Not really.
You are very charming. Thank you, anyway.
You're sure about that?
Yes, thank you.
Well, I work until 9. Just call.
I won't, but thank you anyway. Night. What's so funny? You're not going to believe this.
but this gorgeous waiter just went down the hall, brought my dinner, and made a pass at me. I mean, I was very flattered, but, I mean, he was very sweet and a little heavy-handed. I don't know if I want. No, I wasn't tempted or anything. Exactly. Oh, well, that's good. That's very good. No, I mean, this was an attractive person. But I just realized how alone I am. I can't do that. I just have to have a little love, you know what I mean?
Maybe you could learn to love the waiter.
You feel a little levity, you know?
A bum! Will you forget about what the guy said about you? I mean, he doesn't know anything about you. Besides, Kelly has 20 times more say in the matter than he does.
No, I've decided that I don't want to get Kelly involved in this.
Well, you quit it. You don't have to ask her. I will ask her for you.
No, Nick, I don't want you doing your selling for me. I will ask her. Then if I have to get a shave and a haircut to present it to the rest of the family, I will do it.
You really hate to be helped, don't you?
Look, it has nothing to do with that. You helped me so much when I was in medical school. It's going to take this casino deal just to pay you back.
There are some debts that just can't be repaid, so just relax about it, will you?
I am relaxed.
Well, I don't understand as to why I haven't heard from Kelly. You know, I'm beginning to think that she's avoiding me so she doesn't have to answer me.
Don't worry about it. Now, she is going to marry you. She's going to jump at the chance. I got to go. I got to take care of something.
Hold on a second.
What?
Dylan, if you don't sell this casino idea, you're not planning on leaving town, are you?
And Nick, I'm afraid I am.
But why? I mean, I was hoping that this time we could stay in each other's lives for a while. I mean, we are brothers.
Nick, it has nothing to do with you. I get restless when I stay in a place too long.
But if Kelly says yes to my proposal of marriage, you will stick around long enough to be my best man. I mean, you would be willing to postpone your travel schedule long enough to accommodate that small request, yes?
Sure. It's the least I can do, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to inconvenience you or anything like that, but I would appreciate it.
You're my brother, Nick. Check it out.
You know, actually, I did enjoy the lunch.
I did, too.
I guess that really was an actual date we just had, wasn't
Oh,
it?
that's as actual as they get.
Well, it was fun.
It was.
Can we do it again sometime?
What? 5 minutes late for work. Miss Donnelly's been asking when you were going to be able to relieve her. I hope this isn't going to become a habit, Mary.
Don't worry about it, Nick.
Look, it was my fault, okay, Mason?
Yes, I'm afraid it was.
Listen, it's all right. You go ahead, Mark.
That's a splendid idea. You go ahead, Mark.
Is that okay with you?
Yeah, I'll talk to you later.
Any way you want.
I'll just go set Miss Donnelly's mind at rest.
Not so fast, Mary.
So Lionel and I were in the fire together, darling. He saved my life. But now Augusta has left him because, although nothing happened between us, she doesn't believe me or him. I wonder if you were awake, darling. If you would believe that nothing happened. I'd like to think so.
Janice, what are you doing here?
Oh, Dylan, I've been waiting for you.
Oh, what's the matter?
I'm just scared, that's all.
Scared? Scared of what?
Well, I've been a little crazy these days, but I swear I think someone's following me.
Who?
Dylan, I really feel like there's something horrible that's going to happen to me. Is that crazy?
No. I'm sure it's not true. Come on, relax. Come on, here. Let me... Come on inside.
I want to know if you're serious about Mark.
What in the world makes you think you have the right to ask me a question like that?
Because I care for you. You cared about me before you got things confused.
I'm not confused.
Is it to make me jealous? If it is, it's working. But you can't be serious about it.
Mason, my private life is none of your business, and I will see anybody I want to see.
I can't understand why you want to see him.
Maybe because he wouldn't lie to me the way you did.
That's not what happened.
Oh, please, Mason.
You know what your trouble is, Mary? You run from things that make you happy. You think it's a sin to have fun and that anything exciting fans the flames of hell. That's why you're running from me.
Mason, you're not exciting. You're just bad. You're unfeeling, and you're treacherous, and you use people. And the worst part of it is, you enjoy it. But you're not going to use me anymore. I am not going to let you hurt me again, so...
Over tax reform, a bill...